Oh god, the battery is already on 2.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, rapid fire YouTube.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chris.
And I'm Ian.
We wanted to make a follow-up video on the intervention video because the response from that video was so overwhelming and so beautiful, and I just wanted to personally thank you all for your lovely words and your lovely DMs. I tried to get back to a good amount of them, but we could not have imagined such a good response from that, and I'm so thankful to hear of other people relating and how they felt alone, and just like the people who feel like they... What?
I just love the, it's so nice to know, other people are alone, we're all alone thing, just the way it came out of your mouth.
So many people being like, I thought I was so alone in that, and when I sent my family member to rehab, or when I got sent to rehab and had an intervention, it happens so much more often than people think. Addiction is a real problem in a lot of families, and some people don't even realize it, don't even know that it's a problem, or are feeling gaslit away from the problem. But we just wanted to make this follow-up because there were a lot of questions that came out of that video too, of people just wondering the ins and outs, and also what was going on with my family, what was going on with me, and I feel like I want to answer some of those just so there's more clarity, and because I know so many questions are coming out of love, and some people are trying to figure out what to do with their own families, and I just want to tell you whatever I went through doesn't mean it's going to be right for your family member or right for you. I know some people were if I had an intervention and that happened, I would never speak to my family again, and maybe that's true for you, and that's okay. And I just want to stress there is no right way to go about any of this, and my word is very much not law.
Hear, hear. Chloe _ that makes a face B6 asks, did your family welcome you with open arms after you went through rehab?
Very much so, yes, they did. I saw them when they came down for a family program, and that was really tough work because you really hash out with your family what is going on in the family system, how I've been enabled to continue being an addict, and that's literally a video in itself. Not that I will make that video because that was very personal information, but the first time I saw them outside of rehab afterwards was my dad's wedding when he got married to his current wife. It was such a wonderful time, and my family was so welcoming with open arms.
That was the first time
First time.
You met Christy?
No, I had met Christy.
Oh.
Didn't meet her at the wedding.
Oh, that's sorry.
They had been dating for years before.
Oh, I see.
No, the first time I saw my entire family outside
since rehab
was their wedding. And it was such a wonderful experience. It was my dad and his new wife being in love and getting married, and then me with my new life, and everyone was just so happy, and I feel before I would have ruined that wedding because I would have gotten too fucked up or something, and I was just so present, and it was a lovely time.
Would have made for a really good story though. You're I came out of rehab, it was a wonderful time, I had a gin and tonic. Could you imagine? That's a good skit.
It's a good skit. It wouldn't have made for a good real life story.
Wow, the real life story would have made for a real good skit, for sure. But we'll write that together.
Yeah, that would have been a mess. No. You never met me when I was drinking. You don't know the absolute train wreck that I was.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't imagine it at all, really, because I've seen clips and I literally don't know who that person is, but that person was still super beautiful. Just, under the influence of something. We've all been there. Okay, so from Matthew Benamarito, have you been able to rebuild or reconnect with relationships ruined or lost?
Yes, some of them. One thing I learned in rehab is that sometimes with relationships, if you've hurt someone too much, it's better off to literally leave them alone and to allow them to go on with their lives. They're probably doing fine without you, and make your amends to them by being better to people in your life today. So certain relationships I had in high school, it was just kind of irreparable damage. I was really miserable during that time. I just was not a good friend. While I've reconnected with some of those people from high school, other people who maybe the burn was too strong, kind of, if I were to apologize or to reach out to them, it would be more for me and not actually to better them. And one thing I learned in rehab is if someone is living their life content with you out of their lives, let them live their life. Don't disturb their peace, and make your amends by being a good person to everyone you meet in the future.
Why don't you do that for me when I need my space, my alone time? Just let me have my time, and then you can make your amends for you.
Exactly. And then there are other people like my roommate Harley, who I talked about last time. When I walked out of the door of the intervention, she was like, I assumed that was the last time we were going to speak. I thought you were going to hate me for sending you to rehab, and that we were just not going to be friends. But like, we have let our relationship flourish. We're so close now. And there are a bunch of people like that who saw me through the times of like really rough times. Like my friend Kate, when I would be like really drunk freshman year, she would have to like find me and put me in bed, and I would run away and I would like yell at her and be like, stop taking care of me. She like saved my life some nights, and I always thank her for those times because I'm so grateful we've been able to rekindle like a really positive relationship now, and she was able to like, you know, stick with me through those tough times when like honestly she had the right to cut me out after the time she saved my life, and I was like, fuck you for saving my life.
And you guys are so young going through all that. I'm sorry, I'm just like putting myself in that place of like, I know sometimes when people around me, a roommate of mine had a terrible brain injury when we did a show together, and I remembered like she was my roommate and we didn't know how to handle the more knowledge we got when it came to her injury, when we found out it was like a concussion that like lasted forever, and like it just turned into this avalanche of things. I felt very frozen and unable to help her, and so I like withdrew. So to hear that like Kate, who was,
we were both 18,
that is just amazing. I learned since then.
The way of continued rekindling relationships has just been by like being a better person today, bringing light, bringing love to all the relationships I have.
Describe what is being a better person. Umbrella that.
Like not getting shit-faced and ruining people's days, but also just operating out of love instead of out of fear, and just trying to not always like make up for the things of the past, but like be there for people, be a little more selfless. Yeah, always constantly try to move forward with grace instead of like hang in the past of these hard times.
If I'm gonna ask my own question, because I think I would be curious, like specifically, are there certain things they teach you to have to do, like things they ask of you that help in the daily, like from there?
I mean, like you have to actually make amends at a lot of points. What I was talking about before with like the people who are burned too much, your amends to them are by being a good person to other people. But to the people who are still in your life and are gonna be in your life, you have to literally make amends, ask them how you can repair some of the damages you've created emotionally in the relationship, and they tell you what they want from you. Most of the time people are like, just stay sober, keep doing you, keep living a good life. But some people are like, you know, do this or like pay me back for something. Not that that was ever one that I got, but like I know some friends, if they had like damaged property or something like that, it was like, I don't know, help literally fix that.
Actual reparations. Like, was it, you got back to school and then all of a sudden, like, did you feel like you had an immense amount of focus that you were throwing at things again?
I just really, like, kept to myself my first year back to school, and honestly, that's actually been a theme. Like, I'm not kind of that person who has a web of friends and is friends with everybody and knows everybody. I'm a person who has a few very close friends, and those close friends I talk to all the time, and I will feed those relationships. But I think before, I was trying to be friends with everyone and always like extend out, and I realized afterwards like, no, I need those relationships that are close, that can feed my soul, and that I can put all of myself into, instead of just put myself halfway into all of these relationships that I'm not actually close to.
Got it. Do they give you any reading? Like a book to help? This is less for me. I mean, it is for me, but also for you guys.
There's some, yeah.
There's some stuff, but it wasn't like that. It was like once you left rehab and you got to school, you just were like, I'm back in school, and the daily...
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's about to run out of battery.
Rapid fire question from jmay.03. How long did you wait till Ian... Oh, my name. How long did you wait to tell Ian about what you went through / your past? First time we hung out, right?
I didn't go through like the entire...
No, but like telling me that you're sober?
Oh yeah, I tell
That's
people...
what that means, I think.
Well, I think like everything. I tell people I'm sober kind of upon first meeting because it somehow usually gets worked in because like culture really revolves around like, let's get a drink sometime. Honestly, sometimes when people are like, let's get a drink sometime, I say yes before like getting into it because I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it now. Like, we don't need to get into that. But I told them I'm sober. I would say like getting into like the intervention and rehab and everything that happened, it took a few months, but that's kind of stuff that comes out like naturally, just like it took a few months for me to tell you exactly what happened, you know? That's stuff that as the relationship grows, I feel like I get more comfortable and able to kind of share the things that I went through. Let me know if you guys want more questions answered, a part 2, because I'd love to answer some of them. And Ian can talk more, and some of them too. I feel like I talked way too much.
I like listening. I like asking questions. I like getting to know someone.
Yeah. We love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this week's video.
Yes.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have more questions. Maybe I'll take some questions from the comments for the next time we do this.
Let us know if you want Chris to move over slightly so that I can be fuller in the thing.
And remember to
focus
on
your
blooming. Watch the bloopers.
Peace.
Beep boop.
I think the light.
Oh no, we need to.
I wish we had a lighting designer.
And what should we say?
I don't know.
If someone thinks you're dead, let them think you're dead. Erase the dead part, Shi'Anna.
Could you name like 1 or 2? Oh, I always seem to have something on me.
Yeah.
Whenever we're taping. Okay. Did you wash your hands?
Let me guys know.
But I guess for me, it's more just like I see the skit of you coming in and you drinking, and then like you're at a wedding and like stepmom's just like, this is my day, and we're all gonna just like pretend like maybe for the day it's like, okay, we'll let him have one. Okay, I'm writing a show when I shouldn't be writing a show. So how about we just keep answering the questions? But wouldn't that be funny? That's like a really good setup.
He would not be saying this if he was a part of my life pre-rehab. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sure. Yeah. It's less like you, and if we took it out of context, it could be funny.